Hey everyone, it's Olivia Grace back with another video for you guys. I am a manifestation coach helping people break through their perceived limits and blocks and create the life of their dreams. So today I'm talking about how I manifested quitting my job and going full-time with my coaching business. This is actually an intention that I've had for a very long time. Honestly, when I first started working at the restaurant that I just left, my intention was to leave that job and go full-time with my business or go full-time with some type of business. I honestly didn't, even when I got hired at this job, I didn't have a business. That was a couple years ago. But I knew that that was the last time I was going to be serving. I wasn't going to leave there until I was done serving. And so I did have my intention set for a very long time, but there are a few things that I did that actually sped my success up. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. The first thing that I did was I changed my state. And this is something that I've been talking about in my last few videos. And changing your state is changing what you're being, how you're vibrating, what your self-concept is. You know, previously I felt like I was a pretty powerful manifester, but I didn't feel like I could manifest anything. I didn't 100% fully believe that I could manifest what I wanted. And at that time, what I really, really wanted was to leave my job. And I had a lot of resistance around that because my desire was so strong. When you do have a very strong desire around something, it creates a lot of resistance because in that desire is a big awareness that this thing has not happened yet, this thing is not here yet, and it's something I'm still striving for, which in turn manifested to be something that you're still striving for. So I changed my state into that of knowing that I am the God of my reality. God is expressing his self through everything and everyone, including you. So there's no reason for you to doubt your power or to give attention to lack or to wonder if you can manifest or if you can't manifest. You're so powerful that when you start to go back and forth between believing and not believing, it manifests those results as iffy and not consistent, which I didn't even realize that I had that concept about myself. Once I changed my concept, and this was very quick, you guys, although I've had this intention for a long time, I've been manifesting this for a long time, it actually, once I changed my state, it took about a month, if maybe a little bit more, a little bit less than a month, a few weeks for me to actually come from the place of knowing that I can in fact do this and then actually going to work and putting my 2 weeks in and actually leaving my job. But changing the state, now when you change your state, it changes how you do everything. It's not necessarily that you just wake up and you're in a different reality. It's that you view everything as working out for you, even when things go wrong. I'll probably make a second video about some actual events that unfolded as I was on my journey to quitting my job. But for right now, I want to tell you guys the manifestation techniques that I use, or the techniques that I use to actually make this happen. But it's not that you just wake up and things are different. When you view your self-concept as something different, you act different, you make decisions differently, you give meaning to things differently. In a previous state, if I was looking at something like, oh, well, you know, I don't have the clients that I need to be able to quit, that means that I can't quit. That means that it's not time for me yet. That means that there's still more for me to do, more for me to be, more for me to understand before I can make that move. Whereas when I get into the state of knowing that I'm powerful, knowing that my intentions manifest, knowing that everything is possible, and not only possible, but possible for me, then I make decisions based off of that belief. I make moves based off of that belief. And life in turn manifests around me based off of that belief that things are always working out for me, even if they don't seem like it. So that brings me to my next tip, is that I persisted in what I knew to be true, which was that I was going to quit my job. I quit before Valentine's Day on purpose because I wanted to spend Valentine's Day with the person that I love. And that's something, as a server, your holidays don't belong to you. Your holidays belong to, you know, the job. You are expected to be there for every holiday. You're expected to be there, you know, for long hours and all this stuff, and nothing. It's almost like your life is not yours because you are expected to be here to make money, you know, really for the company, and you get to keep your little change that you make. And I hey Mani, yeah, I just didn't see that for myself this year. I said, you know, whatever it is, I'm going to make sure that I'm out of there by Valentine's Day. Me and my coach talked about this, where she entertained the idea, like, why don't you give yourself a date? And I knew that I just didn't want to be there. I didn't want to spend another Valentine's Day running crazy, or another holiday at all, or trying to request off and getting in trouble for spending time with your family. For me, I crave freedom. That's something I've always wanted since I learned about manifestation, as I want to be free. I want to be doing the things that I want to do. I don't want to feel controlled on puppet strings by a company that doesn't even care about me as a person, you know? I don't want to go and feel micromanaged by managers when I know that at the end of the day, I do my job and do it well, you know? So these are all the things that you kind of deal with working a 9-to-5. When I left, everybody was asking me, why would you leave? Why would you leave? Because I know that, one, I deserve to be free, and I'm going to be free, and I'm choosing freedom for myself. And that's just what it was. That's just what it is. I want to be free, and I knew that I could create that for myself. Two, I don't, like, when I'm here talking to you guys, when I'm talking with my clients, when I'm, you know, meditating, when I'm doing the things that fill me up and make me feel amazing, I feel like my true self. When I go into work and have to basically become less than what I am, become just like, I don't know, like you deal with people as a server, and they feel like as a server, you're a servant. So, you know, they treat you that way. You deal with managers talking down to you and being belittling and condescending, and you deal with that with customers as well. I was tired of playing that role of having to listen to people, or having to do things that don't make sense because someone's telling me to, or feeling like I have to kind of bow to people, you know, that I have to become less than, and treat people, you know, just be treated a way that I knew myself not to be. And that was really the big reason, was my freedom. And I got tired of being treated a way that I know myself not to be that way. I know myself as a goddess. I know myself as a powerful creator, not someone's servant to go do this and go do that and all these other kind of things. And that power is within everyone. Every person watching this, every person not watching this, you all have that in you, and we are all God pretending we are not God. So we are all this amazing, expansive, divine being pretending to be this smaller version, only to remember what we truly are and who we truly are. And in that remembering, it gets scary, because you feel attached to the small version of yourself. You feel like, this is who I am. This is who I've always known myself to be. Who's gonna believe me if I say that I'm this? Who's gonna believe me if I become this? And it doesn't matter who believes you. You believe you. You believe that you are this, and you continue to act that way, and then your reality will reflect that to you. So the next tip that I have, you guys, is I persisted. I brought something to show you guys. I don't know if you're gonna be able to read it, but this is my 2 weeks, you guys. You see all this writing all around it, so you know that I had it for a little while. I had my 2 weeks written up for months, literally. I think it was like November or something like that. But I had my 2 weeks, and this book was in my server book. So every time I opened my book, I saw that I was getting close to putting my 2 weeks in. Like, you can go through this. Affirmations. This is what I'd be doing when I'm standing up waiting for tables, or standing there doing nothing. All these things, gratitude lists, more affirmations. This is what my book is full of. Because even in that state when I was feeling like, hi, thank you so much. I love it too. I love everything pink, y'all. But I was I was knowing who I was going to be even there, even when I obviously was not quitting my job, even when I was literally at the job, but I still in myself, I knew that I wasn't going to be there for much longer. I kept telling people, I told everybody, was like so shocked when it was my last day. And I was like, I've been telling you guys, I'm not about to be here for very much longer. I don't see myself being here for very much longer. And you get what you plan for. You may say to yourself, well, it's going to take maybe 3 to 5 years for my business to get, successful enough for me to quit. Then that's what it's going to be. But you can decide that it's going to be quicker than that. And that's what it's going to be because you're that powerful. So, but I persisted even when it didn't seem possible. I'm working with a coach right now, but I was working with a coach previous to this. And in that program that I was in, I really didn't get the help that I needed. I really didn't get the business help that I needed. And so it seemed like, dang, well, I just wasted all this money and it's not happening for me. It's still not going to happen for me. But then I worked with the coach that I'm working with now. I persisted instead of giving up, instead of saying, oh, well, it's just not going to work for me. Oh, well, it's just not going to happen. I persisted in knowing that it is going to happen because I said so, period. And that's all it is that you have to know, you guys. We let everything be a factor. Most businesses fail within the first 2 years. We let, what our parents are going to think. I didn't tell anybody, I didn't tell my family that I was going to quit. And not because my family is very supportive and very loving of me, but at the end of the day, family, friends, they are all trying to make sure, hi, Jeffrey, they are all trying to make sure that you're safe. So when you say something like you're going to go out on a business venture and try and be an entrepreneur and just see what happens, there's going to be very little people that are actually on board with that and are actually like, yeah, go do that. Most of them are going to tell you not to, not because they don't believe you can do it, but because it's not the safe thing. It's not the smart thing. It's not the ideal thing. So most of the time it's better for you to keep things to yourself. I didn't, even when it came to me putting my 2 weeks in, although I told people that I wasn't going to be there very much longer, I didn't give them a date. I didn't say, oh, by this time I'm going to be putting my 2 weeks in, because that creates pressure on yourself. And it's very hard to manifest from a state of pressure. It's very hard to manifest from a state of needing, which is why I don't suggest for anybody watching this video to just quit your job and just be like, okay, universe, unless you really feel that faith within you, which I did feel that faith within me. I wouldn't suggest you just winging it, because you will be coming from a place of lack. You will be coming from a place of, this has to work out for me. If not, then I'm going to be homeless. Basically, that's not a place that you want to try and create from. So that's not what I did. But another thing that I did do was hired a coach. If you are a business person, you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business, your product may be quality, what you're doing may be quality, whatever you're selling may be great, but if you don't know how to properly sell that, then you can't make money from that. A lot of people have great ideas, even a lot of servers. I love servers because I've worked in the service industry for 8 years, and servers are the people that didn't really settle in life for the just regular. There's always interesting people in the service industry, people that have bigger dreams for themselves and bigger goals for themselves. So I really I admire that in people. But just because you have an idea doesn't mean that it will make you money. You could have the best idea ever, but if you don't know how to sell it, how to market it, how to get it off, then how can you actually sell it? So that's something that I did. I hired a coach, somebody that knew more than me on the topic that I was on, and that could guide me and bring me to the level of success that they were also experiencing. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, I don't have money to do that, and I don't, this, that, and other. I mean, you're keeping yourself in the same cycle. You're keeping yourself being at this place that's paying you just enough not to quit, just enough not to quit, but not enough to really live your dreams, not enough to really feel financially free. And you do have to take that leap in some way to make yourself financially free. You do have to invest in yourself. You do have to invest in your business. You do have to invest in your dream. You know, people are so easy to give up on their dream and just say, well, it's not meant for me. You know, I can't do it. It's too hard. But when you go to work and people are talking down to you, or you have bosses that get on your nerves, are disrespectful to you, or, you know, I don't know, your tire goes flat or something. When it comes to the 9-to-5 job, we figure it out. We're like, well, you know, this is what's paying my bills. I'm going to figure it out. Take that energy and apply it to your business. Figure it out. And you have to really want that for yourself, and really know that it's possible to be true, and really know that you do deserve more. You do deserve your freedom. You do deserve, and I know that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't want to have that life. Everybody doesn't want to run their own business, but you do deserve to be compensated correctly for your time and for your effort. You do deserve to be respected and not treated as less than just because you're working for this company. And that's just what I believe. But set your intentions, you guys, and change your state, and know it's possible. In December, there was a girl that I was talking with, that I worked with, and we would just always talk about manifestation and always talk about how we were about to get out of there. And guess what? She's out of there. She's gone. She left like midway through January. She's in New York. She's living her dream. She's doing what she wanted to do because she set that intention and she knew that's what she was going to do. You know, same thing with me. I'm out of there because I set my intention for that. And a lot of times we let fear, we let doubt, we let not knowing, you know, the unknown, you know, it might be some bullshit at your job, but at least you know that there's money there, you know, but we let that keep us there when it doesn't have to. You have an opportunity. It is going to be scary. It is going to be unknown. It's not going to look like exactly what it looks like, what you think it should look like all the time, but it's worth it to try. It's worth it to leap and let the net appear. It's worth it to have faith in yourself and faith in the universe and faith in your power that you can in fact manifest what you want. And that's what it takes for you to manifest whatever, everything. So that's really what I have for you guys today. I changed my state into knowing that I was powerful and knowing that my manifestations can and will manifest no matter what. Crystal, I was just talking about you. That's funny. But yes, changing your state, knowing that you are powerful, knowing that you can in fact have what you want. Persist, because even in knowing it, there will be times where it doesn't look like it. There will be times when it doesn't look like, I miss you too. It will be times where it just doesn't look like how you thought it was going to look. It'll be times where it looks like, oh, it's not actually going to happen for me. But you have to be able to persist through those moments and keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on what you know to be true. Know it. Don't hope for it. Don't guess. Know that that's what it's going to be. And hire a coach, hire a mentor, hire somebody that knows more than you, that can help you, that can lead you down the path that they've gone from. You know, if you are the most evolved person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And for me, I wasn't around people that I really like. I don't know. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have anybody that I looked up to that I was like, wow, I want to be like that. You know, that was something I had to find and had to seek. And when I did, they did pull me up. You know, they did show me the way. So it's awesome. I'm going to miss you too, Monty. I'm going to miss all you guys. But that's my story, you guys. That is how you yourself can apply these things that I just told you and create a breakthrough in your life. So I really, really, really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm happy to be able to talk to you guys. I'll be making more videos now because I have more free time. So thanks, guys. I know this was a long one, but I'll come to another video. I want to make a video about actually getting into the God state, and I want to make a video about the actual unfolding of what happened that led me to being able to quit my job. So stay tuned for those, y'all. And you guys have a great rest of your Monday.